My name is Dr. Subramaniam.
Syed Shibli.
Shahida Shibli.
Jyoti Patel.
Smitra Patel. My name is Suna Tilly.
My name is Mahendra Parmar.
Jane Forbes.
My name is Mehboob Mohammed.
Dementia is an increasingly important issue in the UK. As people are living longer, the numbers affected by dementia are increasing. There are around 750,000 people known to have dementia in the UK, but it's estimated that 2/3 of those who have dementia have never been diagnosed. People with dementia, their friends, families and carers can find it difficult to cope, and many don't seek the help that they're entitled to and would benefit from, particularly those from the minority ethnic communities.
Leicester, Leicestershire and Rutland has a strong ethnic minority community. We want to raise the awareness of dementia and how it affects the people. Asian communities do suffer in silence. They don't come forward to get the help they need, and they don't see the GP when they should see them.
One of the difficulties in any communities of that nature is going to be some degree of increased stigma, lack of awareness, increased lack of seeking treatment, and these communities are probably most vulnerable and most needy.
Jyoti has lived with her mother, Kiki Ben, in the caring Asian community of Leicestershire for many years. She and her sister Sumitra noticed a change in their mother's personality following a stroke.
My sister was very worried, and we were asking each other about Mum, how she was.
There were times when Mum would not feel so connected to her own routine and not so connected to the people around her as well. When Mum returned from a holiday in India, she seemed a little bit disoriented and not the same confident person that she always is. That was actually the point that the GP realised that Mum may have something wrong with her mental health, and it wasn't until a year afterwards that my mum was actually diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
It was very scary because I live very far away. Jyoti's the youngest one, and she's been the main carer. I could see how much pressure she's been under. So I was really worried for my sister as well as concerned for Mum.
Syed and Shahida have been married for 39 years. Syed is a full-time carer for Shahida, who has Alzheimer's disease, one of the main causes of dementia.
I'm doing something and suddenly I just like lock, you know,
Forget.
And I don't know, I forget. I've come in the kitchen to do something, and when I get there, I don't know.
She doesn't know what to do. It's very challenging because obviously she needs 24/7 care now.
Dementia has always been associated with a lot of stigma, isn't it, with the society. There's been stigma for the sufferers who suffer alone, but also stigma for their families because they tend to sort of keep it in hiding amongst themselves, and the families, they find it difficult to deal with. And for no fault of theirs, really, because dementia is not just because of age, or it's not because somebody's getting old or senile. It's actually an illness, very much like any other sort of illness.
It's frightening. The person themselves, if when they're just told that they've got this diagnosis and they actually understand what the diagnosis is, it's very frightening because you don't know what's going to happen to you.
There's often a fear that if you seek treatment, you would be perhaps put away, or you'd be put into a nursing home, or you'd be deported, or you'd be taken into certain other areas and locked in and so on. And it's a very real fear to them because these communities are often unaware of what they are entitled to, unaware of what sort of benefits they've got and so on. And so they can be quite easily prone to misconceptions.
Many people believe that health and social care services won't meet the cultural and religious requirements of the minority ethnic communities. However, there's a range of community services which are able to meet these needs. There are lunch clubs, a befriending scheme, and daytime social activities, as well as help available at home.
I work with people here who are Asian elders, some people having a stroke, heart attack, or long-term illness, or physical disability, mental health issues, all sort of people in local communities. Coming to the day center, they feel that they are part of the community, and seeing their friends and family, they think they belong to somewhere.
We've come here once a week, which is a great help. We come to meet people and our friends here, have dinner with them, have a chat with them, and do a bit of singing.
When somebody gets diagnosed with dementia, they can either isolate themselves or people will stop coming round, and it's important for us to build their confidence up again.
If you have a physical illness, your friends and neighbours would say, "Oh, how have you done that?" But with a mental health issue like dementia, they don't even realise that the person's got a problem and just think they're being difficult or strange, and so perhaps stay away from them.
One of the first things that Mum experienced was withdrawing into herself, and going out and being able to meet other people, being around other people and communicating again was absolutely essential for Mum. She enjoys it. Initially she was reluctant, but now she comes home and she's a different person on the days that she attends a day centre. She's bubbly, enthusiastic, seems to have lots of energy when she comes home.
It is about people going out and actively doing things that they enjoy. It encourages people to carry on doing everyday normal things, to carry on doing things that interest them. It might be photography, it might be bike riding, whatever they want to do, and it just builds up their confidence.
Caring side of it mostly come from Jyoti, who's around Mum 24/7.
That's why the day centres provide the sort of break that I require, that I benefit from really. And I would say the sort of care that Mum receives at a day centre isn't too suffocating. And I think care centres, daycare, any other sort of support groups that people with particular mental illnesses can go to all provide an absolutely essential type of care that I think provides a sort of social outlet that people who have a mental illness really need, because it provides a sort of social network for them to be themselves.
The symptoms of dementia may develop slowly, but there are signs that you can look out for. The main symptoms are loss of memory, such as forgetting names of friends or everyday objects and being unable to remember recent events, although it's easy to recall things from the past. Problems in communicating, such as frequent repetition, losing the ability to read and write, forgetting words and getting muddled up. Feeling confused, even in a familiar place. And mood changes, feeling more anxious, depressed or angry than usual. If you're worried, see your GP. A proper diagnosis is essential and will help you to get the right treatment or advice and help.
It's an illness as much as any other sort of illness, and therefore it's important that people seek treatment and not suffer in silence alone.
When someone has a mental illness or dementia or Alzheimer's, any of those things, it really is a matter of perhaps talking to the right person or looking for the information. And it is really very easy to find. There are certainly a multitude of organisations that are willing to help. And by working together in the family initially, and then with the professionals, you can achieve almost, well, a wonderful sort of life inequality for people who can sometimes be isolated.
People should not be embarrassed to get help. People should be not frightened of coming forward. As early as the people can come forward, the better it is for them.
Remember, you're not alone. Remember, there is a lot of help out there. Seek your GP out. get access to help, and many of those services and supports which are tailor-made and specific to Asian communities are available out there. Do feel free to accept those help. It'll be good in the long term.
Making them happy is the best thing. You can feel the smile, the brightness of their eyes, the sparkle. And that happens when we team up as a family and through the organisation that supports. We can bring that sparkle and that smile on their face, and I think that's what they deserve.
For more information, please feel free to contact any of the following. Thank you, and thanks to all who participated in the making of this film.